Rajendra Nimje sir to please come on to the desk. Krishnamurthy sir, please come on to the desk. Now I request Pankaj ji to please come and give a brief sketch of our founder sir, K.S. Krishnamurthy sir.
Thank you. Good morning, one and all. Respected guests. We'll start today's program with live sketch of our Guruji, K.S. Krishnamurthy, who is the founder of Krishnamurthy Paddhati. Light change, sir. Lights. Can you switch off lights? His name is K.S. Krishnamurthy, and he date of birth is Sunday, 11th November 1908, and time of birth is 1210, and he place of birth is Tiruvayur, change, sir. And this is Guruji's chart, change. Professor K.S. Krishnamurthy Garu is an Indian astrologer and the man behind KP system, also known as Krishnamurthy Paddhati. Was editor of Astrology and Adrishta magazine and was born at Tiruvayur. Professor Krishnamurthy was initiated into spiritual practice by Mahakavi Sri Sundareshwar Sharma. Brahma Sri Sundareshwar Sharma is a divine soul, a great Sanskrit poet and a scholar. Change, please. After finishing education at St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli, Professor Krishnamurthy entered the service of the government Tamil Nadu in the Public Health Department and at the King Institute, Guindy, Madras, on 14/7/1927. He studied the Hindu and Western systems of astrology thoroughly, but was deeply disappointed at inadequacy and lack of precision of both, especially when birds with 2 minutes and all planetary configurations same at one lives and other dies. He noticed that a planet in its period invoked the results of a house with which it is not connected by occupation, ownership, association or aspect, which are the ordinary consideration in general predictions. 4 planets in the same sign and star have given different results. This opened eyes to the supreme importance of constellations and further subdivisions in prediction. He established by his researchers that the results of a planet in its period are strongly modified by the lord of the constellation in which it is posted. This change. To remove confusions and tendencies in predictive part of astrology, Krishnamurthy ji wanted to bring one foolproof predictive method wherein any astrologer who applies KP principles will get the same result. KP astrology filled all the gaps which existed both in Indian and Western astrological systems. He collected hundreds of horoscopes of twins for researchers, which resulted in the discovery of sublot theory. In the beginning, his prediction also failed, but being bestowed with an inquisitive mind, he carried out his research and then discovered his sublot theory. Taking core fundamentals from the sages and saints, which are planets, significations, house significations, Vimshottara Dasha, etc., with his fruitful researches and finding a novel solution to the predictive part with the help of sublot theory, the Krishnamurthy Paddhati system has come into existence. Sri KSKG has divided for the first time in the history of astrology a constellation span 30°20 minutes into further 9 subdivisions according to the span of Vimshottari Dasha. Change, please. He tested his KP method in day-to-day topics like when electricity comes back, when trunk call materializes, when his friend arrives, when train reaches the destination, etc. And perfected his technique with great passion and vigor. All the complex calculations, at that time no calculators were there, they were in his fingertip, fetched from his intelligent brain. Okay? On being giving any number between 1 to 249, his ability to form a mental map of heaven, planetary configuration, selection of significators, using of ruling planets, etc., has always stunned people. He is an innovator of the horary system. His analysis, judgments, conclusions are methodical, meticulous, and marvelous. Krishnamurthy ji interpretation of notes was hallmark of his predictions. He also found birth time notification using divine ruling planets method. He holds back nothing, unlike many astrologers who keep this divine science as a secret, not sharing full information. But Krishnamurthy ji always given 100% knowledge for all the students. Whoever asked him question, and his guru was His Holiness Kanchikamakoti Pitadipati Jagadguru Sri Sri Shankaracharya, and he has gifted him one idol After getting this Uchishta Ganapati idol from Jagadguru Sri Shankaracharya Swami Swamigal, Kanchikamakoti Peetam, his astrological abilities reached peak and started teaching Krishnamurti Paddhati extensively from the year 1951. He traveled entire length and breadth of our country like Jannar, Pune, Kirki, Sholapur, Ahmednagar, New Delhi, Mumbai, Balagar in Himachal Pradesh, etc. Every day he used to conduct one seminar for continuous 15 days. Some people came from Mumbai to Delhi for his classes. People from Singapore, Bhusaval, Ceylon came to his house in Chennai to learn his technique. Kulapati Munshiji, Chancellor of Bharati Vidya Bhavan, Bombay, impressed by his accurate predictions, arranged many classes for Krishnamurti. Later, Krishnamurti was visiting professor of astrology at BVP. He received gold medal from Governor of Maharashtra, His Excellency Dr. B.V. Cherian, and titled Jyotisha Martanda in the year 1964. He also received the prestigious Shotila Mannan, Emperor of Astrology, title from Malaysian Astrological Society, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, June 1970. KP system has definite principles which are universally applicable. Many traditional astrologers, after being convinced about the truth and the utility of the system, switched on to this method. And keeping this system intact, Guruji has proved beyond doubt that astrology is an exact science and useful for one and all. Guruji used to say that those who call astrology a science of tendencies and probabilities are not astrologers at all. There is no place for uncertainties in KP astrology. Okay? And then he took voluntary retirement from service on 19 September 1961 in order to devote his full time towards development and research in astrology. He founded the magazine Astrology and Adrishta on 1st April 1963 and wrote innumerable articles. His first 2 volumes on KP were published by Sagar Publications, New Delhi during period 1966-67. Some of his photographs addressing some gathering. Next, in Madras, interacting with students, change please, and is addressing a university centenary with me, P. Ramchandran left him. Next, Professor Krishnamurti explained KP to student sets, Malaysia, change that. And these are the books written by Guruji. First one is the casting of horoscope, then fundamental principles of astrology, this is called second reader. Third, predictive stellar astrology, third reader. Fourth, married life and children. And fifth one is transit, Gochara Phala Nirnayam. And sixth, horary astrology. Sixth, then Krishnamurti, unfortunately, Krishnamurti ji died at the middle age of 64 years. Had he lived a few more years, would have touched many other areas with mundane astrology, remedial astrology, medical astrology, etc. But nevertheless, his legacy is followed by many followers who are doing wonderful research and taking KP to generate greater heights. We at KPF Hyderabad are following footsteps of KSKG under the able guidance of our President Nimjeji and Dr. Mohanji and many other KPF active members. We take this opportunity to remember Guruji and pray for his blessings for this today KPF Summit. We, the astrologer community, consider him Guruji as the learned son of Goddess Saraswati. We call him Abhinava Varahamira of our sage and our pranams to Reverend Guruji. Thank you.
I think most of you now have the clear-cut picture of the founder. We need to give a big round of applause. Now, KP Astrological Form Organizational Report by Dr. B. Mohan, sir, Secretary of KP Firm.
To one and all. Today we are very happy to organize this summit after a long gap. As on date, KPAF has completed 12 years, started in 2007, almost a pushkarka. Okay. Now, yes, in the initial stages, we had a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of people who have, a lot of them are in the audience also, were part and parcel of our every activity which were there. We were very rather famous, I can say, or known for having our weekly meetings and regular research-related discussions, including the house-based discussions on every alternate weeks, being held at one place in Hyderabad, that's at Masa Tank. Well, as the time progressed and a lot of things have happened, like now we are in two different states, like we also had to face some music because of that, wherein we lost that little place because there was no ownership of that venue. So we had a difficulty in continuing finding an alternate venue for to conduct our meetings and regular meetings and including these seminars. So that gave us little, maybe some amount of complacency, maybe a little fatality attitude. Okay, let's see what happens, let's happen. And that's how we moved forward to a couple of years. And later on we said it is not the way to move forward, having with an objective to do something for this time. And that too, when we started initial meeting, we had our Guruji, Sri Vivianji Garu, saying that yes, you people have to take it forward, not just on the KP system, we have other little tasks for you in terms of mundane astrology or something to do with remedial astrology. These are the things which he gave us little guidance. So I think we pulled our socks a little later. I think the last 3 years, we regrouped our little energies and then started doing the work. But okay, all said and done, any organization or anything, whenever it's sort of a service based, we just not 2-3 people can't take it forward. So we were looking for a lot of hands. We got a lot of people coming in support for certain period of time, and each one have their own issues and other aspects. So we still were found wanting. So still with the little grit that we had, and we continued to do it, and then started a little differently, where we thought that the order of the day is to create people more. We were thinking we'll own people. I mean, that's the maybe a fundamental difference we had. When we started the forum, we thought what was required was owning. And a lot of people are there. When we interacted with a lot of people who were saying we am an astrologer and things like that, and you're touching for a little bit more, you find him, he's found wanting. So this is where we thought we need to do a lot of owning, therefore meetings and things like that will help. And everyone who has associated with us in the discussion, not that we made a great difference, the fact that we were discussing and then openly and then re-questioning ourselves itself was a great thing to improve ourselves. That was a big thing that we were doing. Now later on we said, okay, we are doing this activity and people are coming for the little betterment and they find their own way. They're moving out. I mean, technically if you see through our portals, today if you can look, more than 1,000 members would have gone through. But even today now you see, if you see the membership of live membership, I think we started about last year, I think we are in 100. So what happened to all the 900? So they are in their own little worlds and then they were benefited, there's no doubt about it. So that gave us a little rethinking is, okay, why not we also do something more and take advantage of what is happening today in terms of this field of science, astrology, especially KP astrology. We started some learning classes in the past 3 years. I think slowly we moving inch by inch on that area. So we have somebody whom are following more our thought process or the KSK's thought process, more focused on KP system rather than getting digressed in the process of learning astrology. So that's what is we are currently in. We have a lot of our students in the audience and others who helped us in shaping these courses are also there in the audience. So this is what has been happening in the current, I can tell about a simple report of ours. Today, yes, what is that we are doing? We are having classes. We regrouped ourselves to have and committed ourselves to 2 basic activities of a year. One, before August, we have one free seminar for everyone on a day, one single day. We call it as Abhignan. That's on before Independence Day of every Sunday of an Independence, before Independence Day. Another one we planned to have it on the before Republic Day, but this year it didn't happen. Hopefully next year we would be able to have a better coordination and do it on this particular day, that is before every Republic Day. 2 days we'll have a national or an annual conference and a 1-day conference which is free. That is the Abhignan on August, whereas this is little paid because we require better resources for that. So this is something which we are committed to ourselves as far as classes are there. And anything else is online. I think what you will see is the kind of improvement we have done to our very favorite software Astro. I think Ninja has worked a lot on that. I think you'll see it a little later. And that will be again a guiding force in terms of predictive astrology using system. Then followed by again using technology, we would like to go further in terms of having video classes globally. Also, we'll also are planning, or it's in the annual, where we'll announce it maybe at Abhigna or some other level, where we have certification courses. You don't have to learn it. You can learn from anywhere. Come to us, we will give you certification, which is an authentic mark for you in terms of what level you are in as an astrology is concerned. So this is the next thing that is coming in. We are also trying to rope in and talk to some universities in terms of whether we can be part of their research center. Okay, there is a local center. We mean authentic UGC-based kind of activity. Not nowadays, I think getting PhDs in astrology seems to be a little more easier. But the rigor, we don't know. I have no comments on that. But we also want to do it in some other, but in a different format, not in the format which is available in the environment. So these are the things which are coming. A lot of online activity. We have reshaped our website, www.astrouser.com. We have, that's one wing, but not on the com side, but on KPA has a specific website. People can become members. We are giving access to a lot of data in terms of the charts. You can do your research and come out with prediction and then give it to the forum. We also want people to come back in terms of publications. If you're doing research, you have something unique to share. We are there for you in terms of giving you a platform. This is something which we want to do this year. We are trying to do. Last year, our Krishnamurti Garu has started a small activity on the WhatsApp group in terms of questions. We are bringing it as a book. Today it's for everyone, anybody can take it. We also have a PDF version. But all said and done, book is a book. I think that's where we learn better. Okay, electronic form, yes, it has its advantages, but nothing like having a guru and also a book to read and learn. I mean, these are the new things that's happening. Only thing, the last thing I will conclude with saying, in this 12 years, we had a lot of people associated with us and a lot of our members no more with us. And one thing is, I mean, our Guruji also left us, who has been the guiding force for us during these 12 years, in between. So that's our guiding spirit, whatever the agenda he has given us, we would like to take it forward and also invite all the youngsters. Our interest is not to showcase ourselves in these kind of platforms and then have a crown on our head. It's not our intention. Our intention is, I still feel let lost when my Guruji said, I'll write this book, I'll write that book, I'll tell this, I'll tell that, and finally he's no more. What happened to those books? What happened to that knowledge? It's gone. It's gone with him. I don't know how many of you know one of the most unique capability VBJNG had is give you a birth chart, he'll tell you your blood group including positive, negative. Anybody here can do that? 2 people are there. Good. So that is quite earlier. I don't know, good, very nice, but it's not just for 1 or 2 people. When you talk about case, everybody should know that, right? You call it as a science, and somebody I think today in the our WhatsApp group, is it in terms of medical astrology predicted, I think he is not coming, Mr. Sharma. He said, no cancer. Cancer is not there, but the report, till report comes, he is just waiting what happened, whether cancer is there, not, no cancer, will I recover, not recover. He was saying just took a time chart and able to tell, don't worry, there is no cancer. Of course, there are systems which will scare him to death, that's a different issue. But if he believes in the system, he is safe, he will recover fast. So this is where we require a lot of these knowledge, including remedial astrology, which is always showcased in terms of a fist with people and then say that's what is all about. There's nothing like that. If your people are interested to know more about it, forum is there. That's the reason why we have taken this topic of remedial astrology. Just share one point before I conclude, is that I was just sitting in the chair outside and somebody was talking. The biggest misconception about KP system. Okay? I think if you take any of his books, carefully read through a lot of lines. He himself has given a lot of reviews. I don't know how many people read all the books. Okay? So that's what is how superficial people are in terms of coming to conclusions about any system. There are things which you can do perfectly and better. Okay? So with these little words, thank you for listening to me and welcome you for the summit. Thank you.